Hey builders, this is the third part of our series on BuildShip's AI Assistant Builder. If you've not watched the first two videos where we learn how to access and follow up conversations with assistants within BuildShip and how to use OpenAI's document retrieval tool, then I would start there. Otherwise, in this video, we're going to explore how we can teach our AI assistant to use tools to perform the tasks asked of it. There really is no limit to this. If it's a node in BuildShip, your AI assistant can be trained to use the output of it. This can be anything from Gmail, Firebase, Discord, Notion, Superbase, you name it. And don't forget, the interaction where building can be put into a chatbot for your app or website by using BuildShip's open source chatbot widget. I'll put the link in the description below. Let's get started. We'll start in templates and look for the website Q&A template. Now I've already gone in and added my OpenAI key from my secrets, and I've created an assistant in platform.openai.com. Now remember, you only need to give the assistant a name and choose the model on the OpenAI side. We'll be able to handle everything else from BuildShip. In this template, the pre-built instructions are around an expert searching for information from different sources, responding to user questions and requests using the sources that they provide. We've requested it responds in a concise way with information that's accurate and up to date. We've also, and this is quite important, asked it to use the tools it's given, and we've given it some guidelines for how and when to use those tools. We want to be really explicit here to make sure our assistant is pushed to use the tools it's been given. Because we've made this a REST API call, our user prompt will come in from the body as a message, and we'll also feed in the thread ID if we want to continue the conversation, as I showed in the previous tutorial. Now, while the Get Website tool has already been added in here in our template, I'm going to show you how to add it from scratch, because there are some important fields that are worth explaining. Let's search for the scrape web URL. Now, our assistant needs context about the nodes and tools it's given so it can make a call on when and where to use them. We need to give a descriptive name to the node. This is where we would put Get Website. And this is where we need to be really clear about what the purpose of this node is. Scrape a given web URL and return the text content. It's not bad. If we wanted to return specific types of text content all the time, and that's only what we wanted the node to return, we'd need to put that in here too. There's a great range of examples in the OpenAI Assistant Guide, which we've linked to here. Now we need to decide what fields in our node need to be auto-filled. Start with the fields you know aren't going to change. So for example, we always want to scrape the HTML selector called body, so we'll always leave that as fixed. However, the URL will change and our assistant will auto-fill this. Again, really important to describe the field's input and the expected format you want to allow the AI assistant to auto-fill for you. So the input name is a URL. And what is it? It's the URL we want it to scrape. Again, some great examples here and the OpenAI Assistant Guides at your fingertips. You'll see that field turn blue. Let's ship and test it out. I'm going to use the example from the documentation where we ask the assistant to use a website like Timeout to help us plan our trip to a city. What plans can I do in Barcelona? Use this website to answer. We'll test it out. All right, we're done. You'll know if your assistant has used a particular node because it will have a green play icon and you can see the content that it's scraped, all about Barcelona. Fantastic. And then here's our answer from OpenAI after it's used the tools. It's built a plan for us. And here's our thread ID. We'll copy that down because our next test may well want to be about where else in Europe is close by. Let's see how we go. And we'll add in our thread ID. Great. London, Paris, Lisbon, and a nice little rundown of them all. So there's huge potential with this node, and giving it additional tools makes it even more powerful. Think about all of the different integrations BuildShip supports and how, by giving your assistant access to that data, it can start to deliver some really exciting results. Think about using our free chatbot widget on your website or in your app. It's a great way for your staff or customers to get timely information they need based on the documents you already have at your disposal. In the next tutorial, I'll be building on this by adding in more nodes and seeing how the results get even more dynamic. I hope you'll join me on our AI-assisted journey. Let us know what you think in the comments and join us on Discord. Happy build shipping.